Hey everybody, it's your old pal Chuck, and I'm back with another review. Today we're taking a look at from the Transformers Rise of the Beast line. A little something different. This is the Optimus Prime 2-in-1 blaster. Now this is co-branded with Nerf, which means this is a Nerf blaster that transforms into Optimus Prime. And right now, as of this recording, this is the only Rise of the Beast toy that's available for purchase that you can search for and find rather easily on Amazon.com. Now, before we get into the review, just a few things I want to point out. Number one, as I said, this is a Nerf blaster. Now, when they do these cross-branded items, such as Elite Junior, Dungeons and Dragons, Roblox, what have you, um, the feet per section, the FPS, which that's what FPS stands for, um, and that tells you how many feet per second the dart will actually fly, is, for lack of a better term, nerfed a little since they know it's going to be with kids. With that being said, this is a projectile blaster. It does shoot these darts. So care has to be taken when a child is playing with this. They recommend eye protection, and so do I. If you have just a basic pair of glasses, most of them nowadays are made of plastic. So, and as someone who wears glasses, I understand the difficulty in having to wear secondary eye protection. That a lot of times it doesn't go over the glasses, and then switching it out, you just can't see. So, with all that being said, a basic pair of glasses should be fine, but also take care as to not aim at a head or a face of another person. Um, doesn't mean that if you aim at the chest, you're gonna hit the chest. These are Nerf Elite darts, so you never hit what you're aiming at, and accidents can happen. But you want to take as much safe because even though I think this shoots about 30 to 40 feet per second, uh, in close areas, it's not going to hurt, but you'll feel it. And, small children, it just might be a little bit of an issue. So, care has to be taken. Um, and I was glad I was able to explain feet per second because I know if you go to a more traditional Nerf channel, they throw out all of their jargon and um, stuff like that, that frankly, and they don't explain what it means. Abbreviations, jargon. So FPS is feet per second, and when you hear somebody rambling on HVZ, 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 they're actually saying HVZ, which is an abbreviation of Humans versus Zombies, which is a game that they play on college campuses. But more about pro nerfing later on. So starting off in blaster mode, this is how the blaster comes packaged, with a few exceptions. Number one, the dart holders are actually folded up in the packaging. So you just want to go in, pull these down, and then slide the dart in with the tip facing down. And yes, you'll be able to leave these in for the transformation. The second thing is that there is a fold out scope, which again is folded up for the transformation. I think the two sides are supposed to sort of friction, but you end up like it just doesn't line up nicely. And again, Nerf Blaster, Elite Darts. I mean, you can use other um, full size darts from, like, say, Dart Zone or Buzzbee, and that'll work a little bit better in terms of hitting what you're aiming at. But in terms of the scope, yeah. I mean, this wouldn't, even if this was a one piece scope, the design of this blaster, because of its transforming nature, doesn't lead to accuracy. Now, to operate the blaster, you take the dart, load it in the barrel here, just push it in, and pull down the cocking plunger right there. Use your two fingers. The trigger is right there, and as you can see, this is definitely made for smaller hands, but at least you can get two fingers on it, which is nice. And I'll just pull this out of camera because we're going to depress the trigger, and uh, there you go. And the dart fires. And having played with this a few times, I can tell you, like I said, this is about 30 to 40 feet per second, well under the Elite standard, which is about 60 to 70 feet per second. Nerf might tell you that it shoots harder, but they are known for exaggerating their claims, they can do that. But I mean, it's a nice little pistol. I thought it was going to be a little bit bigger, like a longer, like something a little longer, like the Ion Blaster, or maybe something that replicated that blaster from the old G1 packaging. So there is that. Now, to get into the transformation, I think what we'll do is we'll pause because I really need to adjust the camera because believe it or not, this actually turns into a rather tall figure. So we'll pause and we'll be right back. Okay, so gone ahead, just adjusted the camera. First thing you want to do is push back the targeting scope. They show you doing the arms. Well, actually, the next step is you want to come in the back here and just flip this whole section down and around. It will go around the handle and sort of friction into place. Now, the interesting thing with these cross-banded blasters is it's either the Transformer team that designs it and gets the Nerf label put on it, or the Nerf team designed it and has the Transformers label put on it. I'm going to say that the Transformers team designed it just because the quality of the plastic here in the core of the figure is a little bit better. The transformation makes sense, but I should mention on things like this back section here that holds the darts and the lower leg section here, much softer plastic than you would expect. So once you have that down, the instructions then show you to work on the arms. And I'm going to say let's just make life a little easier and do the legs. So you want to unpeg this section here sort of tabs into a tab right there. There's a slot between what will be the feet. So you just want to flip this down, and this is going to snap into place. So you got to make sure you use a little force to snap it into place. And then what you do is come in underneath and flip the feet down. And there you have Optimus standing. Now to do the arms, grab them here. The forearms are on ball joints, so just flip them up. And then what you'll do is you'll pull them up straight. And then pull them out to the side. There are little tracks that the arms are on. So just do that on both sides. And then you can go ahead and flip the fists out and rotate the arm down. Do it again on this side and rotate the arm down. We're just about done. The final step is come in here, open the chest, get a finger on one of those grooves, and this will help you to flip up Optimus Prime's head, close the panel up. This actually can also help you see if you make sure you have the arms pulled out all the way. And here you have Optimus Prime in its robot mode. And basically all the articulation is here in the arms. Ball joints at the shoulder. You have that that moving joint. You actually can inner, I would say, armpit joint, but then you also have a ball joint at the shoulder, and you have ball joints at the forearms. So there's that. In terms of the head, it is a little bit based on that Bumblebee Rise of the Beast movie aesthetic. So there's that. It's a nice novel piece in terms of just the robot mode. I mean, you're not going to do much with it, but it is nice that you can just have the Optimus Prime just sitting there, and somebody then when it's time for do a Nerf office battle or something, or somebody's annoying you, you can just pop them into like blaster mode. Nobody will know. Well, if they don't see the giant handle sticking off the back of the two Nerf darts. But it's a conversation piece, and they've done role-play blasters like this in the past. If you remember the Optimus Prime G1 tractor trailer that turned into the hand and blaster. I think there was one for Starscream too. But this is really outside of some some third-party companies, unlicensed companies that do like the dinosaurs, they turn into blasters and then combine. This is really the first time I can remember Hasbro doing a robot to Nerf blaster. And this is kind of fun. I wouldn't mind seeing something like this again in the future, like a regular line of taking the main Transformer characters and doing them as blasters. But yeah, I mean, transformation. I mean, as you saw, the transformation is very easy. Um, a lot. I'll be honest. A lot of the like locking positions outside, the legs lock into place, the feet lock into place, but the arms and shoulders and stuff like that, it's really based more on friction. So your mileage may vary about the quality of it all. I do believe that there is. I'm just actually, what, I'm gonna do something here for a second, but I mean, cause I just noticed there's like little, like a C clip there, and just, yeah, no. I thought for a second maybe the C clip hinged into something in the chest, and it doesn't. Because I mean, you would think so, but I mean, because there's like nubs on the forearm, and then there's like little divots on the back of this stock here, and you would think they would line up, but to get them to line up, it kind of sets everything off off kilter. So just really to lock the arms into place for blaster mode, focus on the torso. But yeah, I guess that's about it for the review. So as always, we will pause and come back with my final thoughts. Obviously, most collectors are not going to rush out to buy this toy, but I have to say, as a role-play blaster, I like which again, as you all know, should know by now, I am a big fan of role-play toys. Um, it has that extra level of giving you the transformation, which is really cool. And I think it's kind of fun. And as I said, it's a conversation piece. We don't get a lot of role play toys for Transformers, at least made by Hasbro. I know they've licensed out to other companies, but if you go back into like the 80s and 90s, Takara actually did role play uh, toys for their various Transformer lines. I know the Beast Wars 2, Beast Wars Neo, whichever one had, I think it was Neo had like Leo Prime, Leo Convoy, and the Maximals had these standard blasters, which got released by Takara. That was kind of cool. I think there was a replica of Star Saber's pistol that they did with like a little shooting set. That might have been done by a third-party company in Japan under license from Takara. I'm not sure, but that's really the kind of stuff we really didn't get a lot here in the States. I know we had a transforming Optimus Prime set that came with a little handheld light-up blaster, but stuff like this is just fun. And I think it's good to have fun once in a while with your toys. As I said in the beginning, I got this from Amazon. If you're interested, it's about $22 right now. So unless you're really, really wanting this, I feel confident in saying you can hold off until the end of the line. And I think these will be going on sale or clearance then, especially in brick and mortar retail. Then again, I could be completely wrong. There could be some sort of like rush demand on these or something, and they disappear. So, but again, it's a fun figure. I'm glad to have it, and I think you'll get some enjoyment out of it. So that's about it for the review. If you like this review, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. While I always appreciate the views, your likes, comments, and subscriptions help to communicate to YouTube through their algorithms that my channel should be exalted and held upon high. If you want to make the ultimate sign of support, I do have a Patreon. It is www.patreon.com/ChuckDog1999. All I ask for is $1 a month, $12 a year. No thrills, no tears, no special rewards. All you're doing is helping me help you, help me to help you, bring figures like this to you, as well as keeping up the infrastructure of the channel. Now, as I always say, and I'm stressing this now because with a new movie line, I probably have some new viewers. Um, I know times are tough. I know there's a recession and things of that nature. So if you can't swing the $1 a month, $12 a year, your views are more than thanks enough. Patreon is just a cherry on top of an already generous Sunday. So that's about it for the review. For Optimus Prime 2-in-1 Blaster, we will see you next time.